What's going on, people? It is the 19th of December 2012. Where did our year go? I know right now probably you guys are doing some self-work. You guys are reflecting on what has gotten you to this point. And can you believe Christmas is next week? Wow. Now, with that being said, 2013 is just a stone's throw away. So I hope that whatever's going on in your life is serving you. Now, I imagine in your workplace, in your environment, you've been hearing a lot of talk in regards to what December 21st 2012 represents. You know, the ending of the Mayan calendar is the end of the world, and you know, there's a lot of negativity being placed out there in the world. I, from my personal experience, my personal opinion, I really believe that no, life does go on, but I do think that what will happen is a lot of people are going to authenticate their lives. As I've said in all my videos thus far, you're going to look at this is your reference point in who you are. You're going to do everything in your power that you can to make sure that not only that your walk is actually in alignment with your true you, but it's also going to represent and reference your environment. I'm a firm believer that the people that are in our lives, our environments, are all extensions that come from within ourselves. You've heard many people talk about the power of manifestation, making the things that you want your reality. That is very, very true. It is. But a lot of people, what they fail to realize is, if the things that are being drawn into your life do not serve you, then there not only won't be any value, but it actually, unfortunately, you start to self-doubt why and how you got there. I believe that there's going to be a lot of emotional breakdowns or breakthroughs because of the motivation that's gotten you here to this point. Now, I was in a conversation last night at work. I'm actually finishing up. We're having a potluck today. You know, guys are getting together and we're breaking bread. And I am so happy that there's positivity in my environment, that, ladies, you know that we as men tend to not express the things that we really wish to, because society does not promote that. Society more or less promotes a one dimension of the provider. But what is a provider without knowing self? What? It's no different than any object that has a purpose. So I really believe that many people are going to do the self-work, if not haven't thus far, that's gotten you to this point, to look within yourself to say, well, hey, what do I want? Where do I see myself in 6 months? Are the things that are in my possession, do they resonate who I am? And more importantly, the things that I have in my dominion, do they have value? I think a lot of what it really boils down to is, in just one phrase, real will recognize real. You know, this is something that you cannot buy. You cannot borrow it. You cannot copy it, because your true self is authentic, one of a kind. That is why I believe that many people will really value how priceless not only time is, but your life, what you decide to do with your life. Now, I know, speaking from my personal experience, sometimes you have to take 5 steps back to take 1 step forward. This happens solely because there is still work or reflection that needs to be done. And when this work is truly done, after you've submitted yourself to embrace this part of your life journey, you will not only gain insight, but you will have peace of mind. And you deserve that, don't you think? You truly do. So, as they say in the Bible, do not claim anything that does not serve you or does not exemplify your walk, because all you're doing is embracing denial. And as I've always said, why accept things or anyone that does not resonate who you are? That is why you always hear that proverbial people and places, people and events come into your life for a reason, a season, and a lifetime. But we all have the power of choice. We all have the ability of free will. And with that being said, you have to put yourself in a position to not only navigate your life, but look at the things that you have gained along the way. Knowledge, wisdom, clarity, peace of mind. These are things that are not, you can't buy these. You can't find them in a store with a barcode. You can't get it from your neighbor. But the things that truly have value and define who you are, they last a lifetime. They truly do. I am truly grateful for where I am in my life. There were many, many, many highs and lows, but I would not trade where I am now, because this is what defines who I am. This also will catapult me in the direction I am destined to be. But more importantly, it also emanates my life path, my knowledge, so that those things that are in my environment should also resonate. Because the knowledge you take within yourself will be the same knowledge and information that you will transcend to people in your life. That's where it goes back to real, recognize real. I think what's going to happen with a lot of people, they're going to be major shifts in belief structures in our lives. The things that we may have looked as gospel, or more or less the template of what makes you, you're going to look at that and really define if that knowledge still serves you. And for some, that can actually be very eye-opening, because just like a key to a lock, what you choose to embrace or hold value, well, guess what? That's what's on the other side. It is very, very unfortunate that we live in a world where materialism weighs definition of self. Well, guess what, y'all? You can't take it with you. It is only here for the moment. And with that being said, you can't get back what happened yesterday. You're only in dominion of your present and projecting where you're going in your future. So don't you think you define and desire all the best things you want for your legacy? People fail to realize that. People think that I can manipulate things the way I want to. But if it does not make you happy, if it does not truly define who you are. It is those events, it is those things that we found as important really are just descriptive times in our lives. It's kind of funny. Right now in the background you're hearing Angie Stone's backup plan, and she tells the story how some people will have a primary and a secondary option that they use to navigate their lives. Well, when I first heard that song, I thought about it and I said, well, if your path is authentic, why do you need a backup plan? Because your primary plan should be thought out because you have clarity. And with that being said, if it's not thought out, how can you yield success? You can't. So if you turn around and allow yourself the time that it needs to sort your life out, your life plan, and sometimes, correction, that is why it's very important to be methodical in what you do. Because just like words, you can't get them back once they've fallen from your mouth. Well, you can't redo something that's done, already placed in action. Some things you just can't do, no matter how you try to. And that is why we get the actual results of choices made, because you have free will. Now, to shift, I'm on 12 minutes now, I gotta hurry up. I hope each and every one of you have taken the time to look at 5 things in your life that you're going to leave in 2012. 5 things. And I hope out of that 5 things, 3 of them were the things that you are fearful for or fearful about. 2013 is about real, recognize real. Being the true you. Letting your true nature come out. But being able to embrace what that is. If your path is not conducive to who you are inside, well, guess what? You will be in turmoil until you make peace with it. No one can fix that but you. But it starts with loving yourself. If you love yourself, truly love yourself, well, guess what? Shouldn't your thought process, your actions, and the things that you want all flow into perspective? They should, one hand with the other, and so forth, and so forth. But if there is a hiccup, if there's a breakdown, and if that comes to pass, well, you might just get that breakthrough of, well, I want this truly, but I need to do the work to obtain it. Well, look here. Your higher power or source of self should have already guided you on your path, even if that means restructuring or not claiming the things that are holding you back. Because when you do that, what happens is you will find your greatest gift, peace of mind. Peace of mind. 2013 has so many blessings, but you know, as you already know, to have one thing, you must let go of another. But be at peace at whatever your choice is. That's why things come to a head. That's why things that were not spoken always resonates to the top. It's because the lesson or your course of your path has to have a certain flow to get to the next level. I explained this to a person the other day. You know how in education they will look at your transcript and they'll say, well, you know, we feel that you're ready to go to the next level, and they will upgrade you or promote you to that level. But if you ain't true with yourself, yes, you may have gotten there, but you won't fit there. The old proverbial fake it to make it mentality, you won't be able to do it because that's not you. So how are you going to allow something or someone to define who you are? Only you can do that. But I know you will. So I'm getting ready to break 16. I want to wish everyone a blessed happy holidays. Please take your time out there on the highways and byways. If you have any questions, feel free to hit me up. You can leave a direct message here on Facebook. I can also be reached at Soldier's Attic. That's SOLDIERSATTIC at yahoo.com. And I would love to help you out. I'm also doing life coaching as well. But now is the time that you do the work. It's time to heal yourself. It's time to be at peace. Stop looking back behind you because you can't get it back. It's all about where you are in the now and what's to come in the future. And you deserve each and every blessing that has your name. And also keep in mind this: the knowledge that you have is the knowledge you're going to give to someone else. So please be cognitive of that. Well, I've got to go. You have a blessed week. And until the next time, you stay blessed.